Let us derive today the chain rule in partial differentiation. In physics, we know that there are several problems wherein we come across this type of relationship. That now here earlier, right from the beginning, we are taking this function f is a function of two independent variables x and y, and as x and y changes independently or simultaneously, based upon that we go for partial differentiation of f with respect to x keeping y constant, or partial differentiation of f with respect to y keeping x constant, or if both are changing simultaneously, then we get the total differential of capital F. That is what already we have studied. Here x and y are independent variables, they do not depend upon anything, and that's why whatever total differential or partial differentiation we have obtained, that is the case what we have discussed earlier. Now further, suppose here if x is again a function of some independent variable u, and y is also some function of same independent variable u. Now this is a chain. F depends upon x and y, and x and y depends upon u. So if u changes, then that changes x as well as y, and that changes capital F2. So this is chain. U changes, therefore x and y changes, and therefore capital F changes, and I have to get the rate of change of f with respect to u and not x and y. X and y already we have obtained in earlier cases. Now u changes, therefore x changes, and y changes, and therefore f changes. So rate of change of f with respect to u is to be calculated, and this is called as the chain rule in the mathematics. Okay, let's derive this rule as follows. So here as we have taken this relationship, now we can write in short, when u changes to u plus delta u, then x changes to x plus delta x, and y also, this is x, I'll skip this, x changes to x plus delta x, y also changes to y plus delta y, and because of this capital F changes to f plus delta f. This is the sequence I am given, and based upon that I can write a new equation for the new function f plus delta f with changed value is given to be this time function form is just same, only these variables change will change, x plus delta x, and this is y plus delta y. This is my first relation. This can be used to calculate this capital delta change f by taking this capital F on the right side. So it becomes f of x plus delta x and y plus delta y minus f of xy. This f is f of xy, so that has been written there as shown here. Now as usual, earlier also we have done one in trick there. We have to subtract and add. Subtract and add. What is the term? This is to be done simultaneously, so that makes no change in the my derivation given here. So this time I am taking this to be x and y plus delta y. This is what I am changing. I'm subtracting and adding a function where variable x is not changing but y is changing, y plus delta y in this equation. So whenever it is done, first subtract it, x and x plus delta x and y plus delta y minus f of x and y plus delta y minus, or this time it is plus, we have to add this again, f of x and y plus delta y minus f of xy. Remember, we have done this trick earlier in one of the derivation what we have seen earlier. Now out of this I am taking these two together and these two together. So here it shows x remains same, y changes from y to y plus delta y. Here in this case y remains same and x changes from x to x plus delta x, and accordingly I can rewrite this further as, therefore delta f is equal to, now this is f of x plus delta x and y plus delta y minus f of x and y plus delta y if it is divided by delta x and if it is multiplied by delta x upon delta u. Similarly, here also I can divide it by delta u. So dividing this above equation, this equation by delta u on both sides. So here I have differentiated, here I have differentiated, and at the same time I have taken delta x in the denominator and multiplied it by delta x. So that also makes no change in my above derivation. So here the second term can be written as f of x and y plus delta y minus f of x and y divide by, this time it is delta y as the changes with respect to y, into delta y upon delta u. So this relationship can be written here, and we take one another important step further in the limit. Okay, so delta u changes to 0, delta x also changes to 0, and delta y changes to 0. Then let's see what happens to these quantities. So here I can write limit delta u tends to 0, this value delta f upon delta u. Okay, this takes some constant and this value, and this is nothing but I write df upon du. Similarly, for the second term here, this and here, that also can be written as, if this delta x tends to 0, the first here this term is nothing but or the limit delta x tends to 0, this f of x plus delta x, y plus delta y minus f of x and y plus delta y, if it is divided by delta x, this value attains certain limiting value, and this time this is nothing but partial differentiation of f with respect to x, and the remaining term here, this delta x upon delta u, that also. So limit delta u tends to 0, this value delta x upon delta u, this limiting value takes a value dx upon du. Okay, this takes value dx upon du. Similarly, for the last term, second term in the apparent equation, we can write limit delta y tends to 0, f of x and y plus delta y minus f of xy divide by delta y, this takes a limiting value, that is nothing but partial differentiation of f with respect to y. Then second, that is limit delta u tends to 0, this term delta y upon delta u, this takes a value du dy upon du, and this takes a value df dy upon du. If I use all these limits values in my earlier derivation, this equation, this equation here, this becomes df upon du, this becomes dx upon du, this becomes dy upon du, this is partial differentiation of f with respect to x, this is partial differentiation of f with respect to y, and therefore I get a final rule which is called as chain rule in this format. So therefore it is df upon du. Okay, so I am taking change with respect to u, a change in f with respect to u, and not between x and y. So u changes, x and y changes, therefore capital F changes, and directly a change in f with respect to u is calculated, and that is done by this rule which is called as a chain rule. So first term here is delta f upon delta x into dx upon du plus delta f upon delta y into dy by du. This rule itself is called as the chain rule. This is called as the chain rule for partial differentiation. This is called as chain rule for partial differentiation. Now we'll go further and remember, this is useful. This is useful when an equation is expressed. When an equation is expressed in parametric form, Now we'll discuss more about this parametric form when we go for actual solution of the sum problems. Okay, now here look at this. I have taken x and y depend on single variable u. Now next time it is possible. Now x is a function, okay, further you can take these things further. Further it is possible that x can be a function of u and v. These are the two independent variables. Y is also a function of u and v, okay, is also function of u and v. So this is possible that u changes, therefore y changes, as well as x changes and capital F changes. V changes, therefore x and y changes, therefore capital F changes. Now this change in u and v may be simultaneous, then also I get the rate of change of f with respect to u and v separately. So this type of chain rules also can be obtained, provided this independent variables x and y depend upon two independent variables u and v. And if I use the same mathematics what we have used earlier, this time I'll get another two chain rules, because this indicates how many chain rules are there. These are two independent variables, therefore there are two chain rules which are given by dabba f upon dabba u. Now remember, here it is d by f upon du, because u was a single variable, that's why we are written direct differentiation. Since u and v are two independent variables, this time it becomes partial derivative of f with respect to u, and this is equal to dabba f upon dabba x into dabba x upon dabba u. So here also this was dx upon du. This time x was depending on u only, but here x depends upon u and v, so this becomes a partial derivative. Plus second term is dabba f upon dabba y into dabba y upon dabba u. This is my first chain rule when there are two independent variables as given here. Second chain rule can be written as dabba f upon dabba v is equal to partial differentiation f with respect to x into differentiation of x with respect to v plus partial differentiation of f with respect to y into differentiation of y with respect to v. This is my second chain rule when I am having this is the situation. Now in general, if it is a possible, so a general case, now there is no limit on how many independent variables this capital F depends. So x, y, z, t and so many are there, and here also this x, y etc. depends upon several other independent variables u, v, w and so on. So y is also function of u, v, w and so on, and as many number of there, this chain is long chain is there. Now in such a situation, how to get exactly same mathematics we have to use, and then we get the chain rules for this such cases here. So first chain rule will be dabba f upon dabba u, and that gives me as usual dabba f upon dabba x into dabba x upon dabba u, plus second is partial differentiation of f with respect to y into partial differentiation of y with respect to v plus u, not y, u, this is then partial differentiation of f with respect to z into partial differentiation of z with respect to u, this is into plus, now depending upon how many independent variables are there, that many terms are there, okay, 1 2 3 4 etc. So how many independent variables are there here? This f depends upon x, y, z and t, so I can write term for this, term for this, term for this, so lot many terms will be there. Second chain rule in this case, if it is obtained, this will be dabba f upon dabba v is equal to again partial differentiation dabba f upon dabba x into dabba x upon dabba v plus partial differentiation of f with respect to y into dabba y upon dabba u plus dabba f upon dabba z into dabba z upon dabba v. Okay, now this is u, this is v. Okay, so this is for second. Again same number of terms are there. Then this again, look here, this x depends on this, so I will have third, this is third, fourth, fifth, sixth etc. as possible. So third differential or partial differentiation according to chain rule will be given by dabba f upon dabba w is equal to dabba f upon dabba x into dabba x upon dabba w plus dabba f upon dabba y into dabba y upon dabba w plus delta f upon delta z into delta w upon delta z upon delta w, and so on. So that many terms are there, and how many independent variables on which x depends, that many number of equations will be there. Okay, so there is no end there. How many variables you are taking, independent variables like u, v, w, and so on, a long chain, that many rules are there, and this capital F depends upon how many independent variables like x, y, z, t. Depending upon that, this will be a number of terms will be there. So this is called as chain rules in the mathematics. Okay, these are chain rules, and you will find that these rules are very useful in solving several problems. So several such problems we are going to discuss later on when we go for the next lecture. Okay, so thank you. This is what a small derivation problems of that will be dealt.